Hey everybody, Solden Shinola here. There was the earthquakes yesterday in California, and they were just really kind of minor. By all measures that we go by here in California, I don't know, maybe a 4.7 would seem like a pretty big quake to the Midwest or the East Coast. I felt it sitting here in the office when it hit yesterday. I looked up at John, SoCal Prepper, said, "Hey, we're having an earthquake." And he just looked over at me and said, "We are?" Which is very common here. We're only, I think, 50 miles west of the epicenter, and my desk was moving, chair was moving, the walls were creaking, but just things like that happen so frequently that we tend to kind of glance over it and not even really pay attention when it's happening sometimes. I know a lot of people I talked to said that we had an earthquake, and at first it wasn't showing up on the map, on the USGS quake maps, and SoCal thought I was crazy, and then all of a sudden it popped up, so then I didn't look so crazy. But I'm kind of shocked at the hysteria, not hysteria, but just the way the media plays it up out here about the quake. You hear about, is this quake foretelling of a more serious quake? And they go talking to an expert who says, well, probably not, but the next 72 hours we'll know. We have so many earthquakes in Southern California, in this region and out here in the West, that I don't know, when's the big one going to hit? I don't think anybody knows. I find it kind of telling, though. You had local fire officials talking with the battalion chief up in LA. He was talking about being prepared, and one of the things he mentioned was, it's kind of funny how they're starting to tell people this more and more, is, yeah, those 72-hour kits, you might want to start thinking about maybe being on your own for 2 weeks. Because let's face it, that's more realistic. Look at the people on the East Coast when Superstorm Sandy hit and caused devastation and all the issues there, and you start to realize that where was the government? Aren't there still places in New Jersey and lower New York there that still have damage, that still have issues? What do you think is going to happen if a big one hits Southern California, when you've got, 12 to 15 million people living in a pretty tight area that's right in the middle of earthquake country? You got freeways going all over the place here. Look at a map sometime, and then you have to realize that every street is either passing over or under a freeway. You've probably got hundreds, if not thousands, of bridges that'll go down in a major earthquake. Not to mention disruption of power, water, sewer, transportation, communications. It's a nightmare scenario. 2 weeks? And that's even being optimistic for Southern California. People need to be prepared to be on their own, I think, for more than just 72 hours or 2 weeks. I think people should prepare to be on their own for as long as they can. Rest of their lives? Is that even feasible? In today's society, when so much is prepared and manufactured for us, there's very few people out there, even on YouTube, that I've seen that do everything themselves, that could be 100% self-sufficient. I don't even know if I've seen anyone who can actually be 80% self-sufficient to a degree. There's a couple guys out there who, they live a very austere lifestyle way out in the country somewhere. Maybe they could do it. But it's something we all need to strive to, is to figure out how we could best care for our basic needs in case of disaster, whether it be earthquake, hurricane, tornado, or governmental collapse. Because any of these scenarios are going to leave you on your own, in a sense. It's a good time to take stock of where you're at, what you've got, and in some ways, more importantly, who you have with you. Friends, neighbors, family, who your social group is going to be. Who are you going to come together with to help each other out, to help each other survive? Because trying to survive on your own is just a fantasy. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. SOS out.